Oh, my goodness. Oh, great heavens. I am so shocked right now. Ah, something incredibly unpredictable happened. Something you could never expect. I am so appalled. Do you see how appalled I look right now? Did you know that? And I'm gonna need you to really buckle up here and take this plunge of information that you might find contradictory to the values of modern day conservatism. The Republican Party might be filled with neo-Nazis? Karen, that doesn't sound right. The Republican Party that I know and love would never stand for the values of the Nazi Party. I know it's so hard to believe, just hear me out. Now, whenever I use the term Nazi, a bunch of butt sweat goblins fill my comment section. They argue semantics over the term, like if the subject is not a time traveler who decided to take a trip to the 1940s to become a member of the National Socialist German Workers' Party, or has never publicly proclaimed themselves to be a neo-Nazi, then these people will go on this massive gaslighting campaign and call you an extremist for going with the, well, if the shoe fits string of logic. But they're gonna have to move the goalposts quite a bit to justify all of this. Representative Dave Taylor. Imagine being like, yeah, this guy pretty much is a part of domestic waste. This dude looks like a hot dog poking out of a suit. So yeah, in a Zoom meeting with a staffer of Taylor's office, you can see this altered American flag in the background. I feel like the moderate position ought to be, I'd rather see the flag on fire than turned into a swastika, but whatever. But the defensive play by Taylor here is to blame this on vandalism. A big smear campaign. I'm already seeing people online say that this was done by the radical left in a coordinated effort to trick staffers into this very same situation. Other altered flags were sent to offices in the past. I think it is way more believable that if this was an outsider flag, that it would have been sent by a neo-Nazi trying to build coalition, but whatever. Either way, it makes them look really dumb. Like, imagine if it was a radical black bloc protester leftist who threw a Hail Mary, just took a shot in the dark and hoped that this would trick an entire staff. All of the workers in this entire office, they were dumb enough to just pin it on a wall and not notice it. If that's the case, fire every single person in that office. These motherfuckers are smelling their own farts for fun. They're getting trapped in the bathroom stalls. That's how fucking dumb this is. I really do wish I would have known that this entire office was this brain dead, because I would have tried to sell them ocean water and they would have believed me when I told them that it had restorative properties. Like, you can't be like, oh, this was a conspiracy, this goes all the way to the top, when it's the political equivalent to a kick me sign on your back. That's pathetic. Up next, we got the Young Republicans group chat. This story was broken by Politico. Now, the Young Republicans National Federation is a 527 organization with many chapters spreading across the US with about 15,000 members. Now, not everyone can call themselves young, so they do have an age cap. The ages of the Young Republicans range from 18 to 40 years old. 40 years old is stretching the term young like crazy, but okay. Now, many of the leaders of the Young Republicans across many chapters had a group chat going. Lots of group chat fumbling as of recent. How do you see the Signal group chat scandal and then fumble this hard? Anyways, I'll open up this segment by reciting one of these messages. If we ever had a leak of this chat, we would be so cooked for real, for real. Ah, come on now. I've seen some crazy stuff in a group chat before. It couldn't be that bad. Oh, never mind. It is that bad. Okay, I don't want to say that in this video. I may not be the most cutting around, but I do know that people will probably take that out of context. Can we change the showers? Gas chambers don't fit the Hitler aesthetic. I'm ready to watch people burn now. We gotta pretend that we like them. Hey, come on in, take a nice shower and relax. Boom, they're dead. Sounds like a bunch of upstanding youths of America. It shows you who reacted as well. Man, I have no idea how you could royally screw the pooch on this level politically. Not for, like, you know, coordinating something awful, like using political power to, like, do something horrific, but for just being an edgy dipshit. That's wild. The Spanish came to America and had sex with every single woman. Sex is gay. Sex, it was rape. Epic. Let's take a look at some pictures of these youthful young leaders. Everyone pictured here engaged in this group chat. I don't like making fun of others' appearances. Everyone is beautiful, but I can't help myself. Are we surprised? Does this not fit the bill? Look at this guy. Gyunta! This is the type of guy who looks like he's sitting on Santa's lap every time he pops a squat. He needs a propeller hat and a gigantic lollipop. Look at his cheeks. Look at them. This demonic spawn from hell ate so many children that he is slowly becoming one. What did he say in the group chat? Oh, he's the person who posted this. And when caught with his hand in the cookie jar, he said that this was a coordinated character assassination. What, because he got caught? What's there to assassinate? You said all that, dude. Oh, he's implying that the transcript was doctored and can't confirm the validity of it. Ah, if you can't remember whether or not you referred to African Americans as the watermelon people or monkeys in a group chat, like if you straight up are like, I cannot confirm nor deny this at the moment, then that's pretty much an admission of guilt. You can't bounce back from that. Man, these people are wet paint touchers. Like they're Nazis and they're fucking this dumb G. Oh man. What about this guy? The spitting image of the Gen Z Wojak meme. What did he say? Ah, yes, slurs. You know, there was a total of 251 instances of slurs in this group chat. That's a big number. Who else can I make fun of? Oh, that's a senator. That is a U.S. senator. That is Samuel Douglas being anti-Semitic in a group chat. His wife too. Fellas, this is why you can't have your boo in the group chat. She might get caught being a neo-Nazi. Ladies, am I right? Now I gotta know. What does the Republican Party think of all this? What do the higher-ups think? What are the messages that are being trickled down to the voters? Whenever anyone compares the Republicans to a fascist regime, Republicans shit their pants and whine about how dangerous it is to make these comparisons when so much political violence happens. Well, good news, everyone. We don't need to make comparisons anymore. Uh-oh. They have infiltrated the Republican Party, and if it wasn't undeniable before, it sure as shit is undeniable now. What does JD Vance have to say about this?
But the reality is that kids do stupid things, especially young boys. They tell edgy, offensive jokes. Like, that's what kids do. And I really don't want us to grow up in a country where a kid telling a stupid joke, telling a very offensive stupid joke, is cause to ruin their lives. And at some point, we're all going to have to say, enough of this BS. We're not going to allow the worst moment.
Okay, I was willing to let the young part of young Republicans slide, but kids? Kids. Well, to be fair, Gyunta looks like a child, but he is 31 years old. JD Vance is 1 year too old to be eligible to be a part of this group chat. This isn't a high schooler's Discord server. This is a group chat that a fucking senator was participating in. Is Samuel Douglas a kid? If he ever fucks up, are we all just expected to be like, oh, he doesn't know any better, guys, please? He's just a little baby. These evil motherfuckers think that 14-year-old girls are women, that children who get bombs dropped on them are adult terrorists, and that 16-year-olds who grew up in poverty and were pushed into a life of crime, or who were just straight up falsely arrested, should be charged as adults. But this, right here, this is a kid. Look at the childlike wonder in this person's eyes. Also, JD Vance, my dude, only weeks ago, you were calling for everyone who was making jokes about Charlie Kirk getting shot to have their professional futures be fully obliterated.
And by the way, if they were left-wing kids telling stupid left-wing jokes, I would also not want their lives to be ruined because they're saying something stupid in a private group chat. So when you see someone celebrating Charlie's murder, call them out. And hell, call their employer.
Sounds like cancel culture to me, but very selective cancel culture. Like rules for thee, but not rules for me, you know? Could you imagine if a DSA group chat got leaked? Ooh, I think everyone should have free healthcare. Oh no! I mean, probably the worst you could dig up in one of those group chats would be like Mao jokes about landlords and Charlie Kirk memes. But me personally, I'd rather hire a Maoist who makes Charlie Kirk jokes than a fucking Nazi. I'd make that deal. Damn good deal. So the running joke here is, yeah, who's surprised by all this? I guess there's something to be optimistic about. It's moments like these when you see basic empathy crawl out of the woodwork and you realize that at least some of these Trumpy people who we need to build coalition with are susceptible to crack under the straight up, hey, I'm a Nazi and I'm gonna run this country in the future scandals, and are responding well to lefty populism. At least these bozos will probably not have a future in hard politics. They'll probably have a wonderful future in podcasting, but yeah, I don't see how they can recover from this and get a job in political office unless this rapid growth of fascism in America gets catastrophically more rapid. That's W? I don't know. This is fucking depressing, dude. Anyways, I got patrons, linky in the bio, goodies and end of video shoutouts. Show me my patrons. Have a wonderful day.